Alright guys, what's going on? I apologize in advance. My speaker has shot its wad. It don't, apparently the charger, I went to plug it up because it was blinking that it was dead, and I guess I left it on the charger too long, but in the instructions it didn't say nothing about not overcharging it or anything or leaving it hooked up, and it looked like it got too hot. So, I just wonder, if the charger had something to do with it or if it's just cheap quality. So anyway, I'm gonna try to find me a better one, but I didn't realize that it was broke until I come to make this video or come to do some of this testing that I wanted to do. It's extremely wet out. It has been for the past week, so I can't get into anywhere that I've been cutting trees. I need to get down there to that one property and finish cleaning up the tops, but the ground is so wet, just me, myself, and mud, and like this muddy ground down below me, I sink up like 3 inches. So I ain't gonna be able to do any, it ain't really dirt work, but I ain't gonna be able to do any pushing the tops and dressing up that yard, flattening out, and getting all the shrubbery out without making a bigger mess. And where I've been cutting the 2 trees and got that pine tree to cut, I can't get in there. You got to go through the yard to get back there, and it's just totally too wet. We've had rain for the past week, and I know I've talked to a few of you, and y'all have had the same rain and same weather, and so, it just is what it is. So I've got the Hexa chains, and I've got the 3-foot bar, and I've been wanting to do some cutting with it, which I don't have great wood up here at my wood pile, and that's where I'm at up on the hill. But I did find some when I was dropping off some wood the other day. I did see where somebody cut some rounds from a pine tree that had been cut last year. They just rolled it off down here to get it out of the way. It was kind of some scrap wood or something. But anyway, it's hard. It's seasoned. The only thing is it's very wet from the weather, but it should be harder than green pine would be. And I've got the 400C. I'm going to do a little cutting with the Hexa, and then I've got the 3-foot bar on the 500. I'm going to see how it does. Then I'm going to put the 3-foot bar on the 400 and see how it does. I don't have anything 3-foot around yet, but if I ever find some, then I want to do some testing like that. But I'll have to stick it in long ways. It should be a little harder cutting because it'll be ripping instead of cutting. So anyway, we'll do the best we can. To me, if it'll rip it down pretty smooth with a 3-foot bar on it, it should cut the round way pretty good with a 3-foot bar on. But the 400C is not really made to run a 3-foot bar. But I think that I've seen some videos where they didn't do very good with a 3-foot bar as good as some of the other saws have done. But my thing is that 400C runs, to me, just as good, if not better, than the 372s and the 572s, and it's a heck of a lot lighter. So we're going to see how it does. Either way, for the weight of that saw, that 400C, it's pound for pound the best weight to power ratio I think there is out there today, unless you have a ported saw. So if I do any talking or try to do any explaining, I guess I'll have to walk back up here to the camera because I know it's hard to hear me up here, and I apologize for that. Like I said, I didn't know my microphone had shot its wide, and I'll try to get on there and find me a better one. That one I ordered was just a cheapo from Amazon or eBay or somewhere like that, and I don't know much about techie stuff, so I don't know what's good and what's not. I don't know how much you got to spend to get a pretty good microphone. I'm not going to spend a fortune because I'm hard on things, but I may order me a couple, that way, and learn not to overcharge them. Just charge them when they need to be charged, or just put them on there for a few minutes. Because I noticed last time I charged it, time before that, the charger plug was very, very hot, and that could be very dangerous. I have seen chargers and iPhones and whatnot cause fires, so be careful. Anyway, I'll get the 500i with that 3-foot bar, and I'm gonna cut long ways in some of these longer pine chunks right here, right there, and see how it does. It may not do worth crap, it may do decent. This is pretty big round stuff. Of course, I know y'all can't see it because it's down in the ground and whatnot. It's got knots in it and everything, so we'll just see how it does. I don't know. It may do good, it may not do worth crap. quite 3 foot. It's probably 30 to 32 inches or so. And I think it'll be well enough to put a strain on this to see how good it's gonna cut. I know a lot of guys use a 3 foot bar on these 500 eyes, but they're also ported, you know. So we'll see how a stock one does. Brand new chain. That's a brand new chain. The drags have not been touched. They're set at the softwood setting, so a little lower than what I would run. Hell, a 2 foot or 28-inch chain on those Husqvarna saws I used to run. I had to, and I'm not trying to beat up Husqvarna like I normally do. I'm just being honest. Normally on them Husqvarna saws, 372, 572, even 390, not the 395 of course, but for a bigger bar, bigger than they call for, like I run on these saws, I would have to have the drag set at the hardwood setting, which is pretty high, you know. I don't know the 1,000. I'm gonna put that 3 foot bar on this 400 and see how it does real quick. I know it sucks watching me change bar out, but if I don't leave it on here, a lot of people claim that I'm not that I'm cheating somehow. But I don't ever try to sandbag a saw one way or the other. Just to let you know, I just do it the best that I can do it, and that's all there is to it. I probably didn't hear a word of that, but that's okay. Put that 3 foot bar back on this saw eventually. everything tangled up. It's hard to do. Wood's like a cat. I did order me some more bar plates for the 261 and the 400 to see if they were any thicker. Now, I don't know if I got the right part number, but we'll find out shortly. Alright. Falling off. I don't know how well this will pull this, if it even will, but we're going to find out. Three-foot bar ain't the easiest to change on in the wet, muddy forest. Thing's slicker than a cat's back. All right. You ain't gonna lean on it very hard. I mean, you can lean on it a little bit, but you ain't gonna lean on it just far by. But to me, they're a little more of a, they've got grunt, don't get me wrong. They'll bow down and go there, but they stay at a low RPM. So anyway, there you go. There's it. And some of the pine ain't doty or anything. It's just dry and hard. But I'll stop y'all, start you, and I'll get the Hexa chain with the 462 and the 400. We'll race them, see how it does. And there you go. See ya.